Hey guys, it's Necromus here. Today I have an exciting discussion video for you. My first time talking about Killer Instinct on the channel. I recently bought the 2013 game on Steam and I've been really enjoying it. I always loved the gritty vibe of Killer Instinct and their unique characters. So today I'll be discussing the possibility of Killer Instinct returning. According to this article published by comicbook.com, Windows Central's Jez Corden claims that he has heard rumors of a new Killer Instinct game in development at Bandai Namco. Apparently Corden has a strong record when it comes to Xbox, but of course it's just rumors, so it's not like confirmation or anything, but just the fact that there's some talk about Killer Instinct is really interesting to me. And if it's true that it's being developed by Bandai Namco, I think that could be really good for this series. Killer Instinct 2013 had an update which added a story mode, so to speak, called Shadow Lords. So it's possible that if a new game were to be made, they could continue off of the current timeline and make a sequel. But on the other hand, it has been a decade since that game's released, so I could totally see a reboot being in order. Not to mention the original developers from the 2013 game abandoned it and don't seem to be returning for the franchise. I hope they make Jago a more unique character, because to me he kinda just seems like a shameless Ryu clone from Street Fighter. I mean, come on, a fireball special and an uppercut special, and he has an evil version of himself? I don't know. The main poster boy deserves better than to be just a copy-paste. I do find the Shadow Jago to be pretty cool too, but I think he just needs to be developed a bit better. Or they could just make Fulgor their poster boy. I wouldn't have any complaints about that. A new Killer Instinct game is long overdue. Like I said, the last game released was in 2013, and I think it's still a very fun game to this day. I love how different Killer Instinct plays compared to most fighting games. It being combo-based just makes it really exciting, and the announcer yelling, "Combo Breaker" will be forever iconic. Killer Instinct definitely deserves to make a comeback into the fighting game scene. Some characters that I'd love to see return are Spinal, Conra, Fulgor, Idol, and Saberwolf. Those are just some of my favorite Killer Instinct characters, especially Fulgor and Spinal. They're all just so badass and unique in their own way. I love Killer Instinct's roster. Probably my second favorite fighting game characters, obviously next to Mortal Kombat. I would also love to see some new characters enter the fray as well. My main concern with the new Killer Instinct game is that I hope it's not going to be exclusive to Microsoft. If it is true that Bandai Namco is working on it, I can definitely see them just dropping the exclusive altogether. I know Microsoft doesn't seem to care about exclusive games as much anymore, so I can see the new Killer Instinct returning for all platforms, as it should. Everyone should be able to get their hands on this badass series, and I think it did more harm than good for the series just limiting it to Xbox and then later Steam, because I mean, personally, as a PlayStation player, I would have been all over this kind of game before I got my computer. So I'm hoping if Killer Instinct returns, it's going to be across platforms and just be like a new contender in the fighting game franchises, like, you know, with Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Soul Calibur, Street Fighter, etc., etc. Finally, the last point I want to make is I would love to see an M-rated Killer Instinct game and see them bring back no mercy finishers from the classic games. Make them even more gruesome this time around. I just love that Killer Instinct is one of the other few fighting games that have had finisher moves. And yeah, sure, some of the no mercies were like, you know, they're not on Mortal Kombat's level, but they were still cool to just be able to finish off your opponent in a fighting game. I think that's always something they should include. Ultra combo finishers are pretty cool, and so were the stage finishers in the latest game, but I definitely think they can take it up a level. Killer Instinct deserves some Mortal Kombat level finishers. I mean, just take a look at the roster and tell me you couldn't see all these characters ripping each other apart. I'm not sure if this would happen, and especially if Bandai Namco's working on it, probably not, but it would be cool to see another fighting game give MK some competition. So So that's the video on the possibility of Killer Instinct returning. Like I said, I have been playing the latest game and I'm really enjoying it, so I would love to see a new Killer Instinct game come out, and if it ever does happen, of course I will be covering it on the channel. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on a possible Killer Instinct revival. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, this has been Nickfamous. See you later.
Let's see how he likes a Kamehameha!